Hey, what's going on? How you doing? So listen, we're number 7 in our mind map, training on how to creatively solve problems. Again, operative word is creatively solving problems. If all you have is, "Give me a seller, I can buy your house, I'm going to buy it at a huge discount." Said before 7 times, and this is a series. It only works when it works, right? And there's nothing wrong with that strategy at all. Okay, nothing wrong with that strategy. But the only time there's a problem with that strategy is if it doesn't solve the seller's problems, right? Maybe they owe too much when they need too much, right? So as a professional, you guys, you're professionals, you know what it is to be a professional, right? If you're not a professional yourself, you certainly know people who are professional, okay? And, someone who's professional, they're able to look at a situation creatively and solve problems. Okay, that's what the doctor does, right? So the attorney does, right? So the mechanic does, right? And okay, so that's what this is. This is, you're an investor. You're talking to somebody who wants to sell their home. You identify what the problem is. They want to sell. So we're on number 7, and we'll jump right into this thing. So we'll get back in the mind map here that I made. It's a powerful mind map. It's really going to help you. If you can think like this, watch these videos a lot, study them. I'm telling you, these 7 modules is going to help you when you talk to sellers. So again, here we are. We got a seller, okay, and we went through in the past 5 modules on it's always price or terms, meaning that, hey, Mr. Seller, I can give you an offer. We can close next week, but it's going to be at a discount price. My price, but if you want all the cash for your house, great, but it's going to be, my terms. I've got to do it over a period of time, 36 months. Okay. So we went through the price, what that's involved, cash discount offer, which is, essentially a wholesale deal, right? And let's say the lot can get administrative lot split. You get 2 for the price of 1, or as we talked about before, you might get 4 lots for the price of 1. So instead of, no deal, you got an extra 100,000 in equity or more, right? Okay. Third one is you always look at, maybe you get some extra equity. There's some extra legal descriptions with on the deed. Okay. If there is, you got an extra legal description. Okay. So that legal that extra lot could be potentially 30, 40, 50 grand. Okay. Easy money. Okay. So you always want to look at it. So then we talked on terms, lease option subject to, buying this over a period of time. So we're gonna finish up this mind map training on lot subordination agreement. So again, another kind of a terms deal. So you talk to the seller, he wants all the cash. He doesn't want a discount. Okay, and so in a situation, often you're going to meet people who have land. Lots, okay, and you want to be able to talk to them about some strategies with the lots. Okay, what do you do? Okay, instead of just a cash offer, ask yourself, is it a vacant lot? And obviously it is. We just said that. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this lot subordination agreement. Okay, and I've done a lot of training on this lot subordination agreement. This is a very powerful tool. Okay, and this is essentially how it works. Okay. You talk to the seller, and the seller will say he wants 50 grand for his lot. Okay. Why does he want the 50 grand? You always want to know. Why is he selling his house? Why is he selling his lot? Whatever. What's his why? Okay. Well, Joey's going to Cornell University, needs money for college, and he's real excited about that. So what you're going to do is you're going to help, the solution to the seller's problem is helping Joey get to Cornell University. You follow me? See what I'm saying? Right? That's the why. So, back to the scenario. So, the cat owes 50 grand or wants 50 grand for the lot. So Joey can go to college and all this. And so then you say, look, I give you a cash offer. We can close next week but it's going to be a discount. But I tell you what, you're trying to get that 50 grand for Joey and stuff. What if I can give you 55,000? That's not something you'd be interested in doing, is it? Right? Now notice how I said that. That's not something you'd be interested in doing, is it? Right? Well, and then it's a negative pushing toward a positive. He's going to want to, well, yeah, sure, I'd be interested. I'd be very interested in doing that. Okay, obviously, why not? Sure. Okay, so how so? How can you give me 55 grand for this lot I'm trying to sell for 50? And you say over 8 to 12 months. All right. Boom. Now you got what's called a lot subordination agreement. All right. And what that means is this: the seller then subordinates his interest to the lot to you. Okay. All right. So on paper, and it gets recorded. So it's on paper. You have equitable interest on this $50,000 lot. Okay. Now, what you're able to do with this is very powerful. Now you're controlling a piece of land for hardly any cash, or of any cash at all. Right. Now you can take that lot. You can leverage that lot as collateral and get a loan to build a 3-2. Maybe we talked about before about manufactured homes. If it's in a rural area, it's a great way to go. I mean, they're all pre-built, factory ready, that they can get there in a couple months, depending how backed up they are, kind of thing. So 3-2 manufactured home, maybe a duplex, right? Whatever the market will bear, it doesn't matter. Whatever the market will bear is a key. So you figure out what the market will bear with a good, solid retail agent. Okay, who can help you out with this. All right, leverage that lot as collateral, and your lender is going to look at the deal. They're like, wow, this is some cash here. The lender's going to like it because they are able to be in a senior debt position. They can collateralize a lot, set up their build loan. Okay, what they're going to do is they're going to have line it all off to escrow. So there's this draw request as the work gets done, kind of thing. So their interest is super secure. Okay, and so once the property is built, okay, then they're gonna get their money back. And if you default, kind of thing, they've got collateral. Okay, does that make sense? So they're pretty motivated to do this because they're really low risk, assuming you have a good, competent contractor and knows what they're doing. So that's part of what you've got to do. You got to get a good contractor or a good builder who can do this, or a good partner. Okay, now, with this deal I just told you about, how it works. So once the lender gets recorded in first position, okay, and they get their title policy and everything, then the seller records in the junior debt position on top, okay, and the seller gets paid when the building's built, okay, so they get all the money plus, all right, and it helps you out because you don't have to type all this cash. See how powerful this is. Now, if you go, well, I don't want to build anything, it's too much work. Okay, fine. Could you then assign that equitable interest you have on that loss subordination agreement to a buyer builder? Is that possible? Oh, it is? Boom. You see what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. With buyer builders, this is what you need to understand. Okay. People will do with land. The challenge is always this. Okay. The barrier of entry to get into land development and new construction is really pretty high. The bar is high. People who developers have deep pockets or access to deep pockets. One thing I learned back in 1995, man, you want to start this, I thrown into the subdivision building and realize these guys got deep pockets. You just have to. It's a long game. Okay. Well, the challenge is everybody's got cash flow issues. Okay. I mean, if you don't know what cash flow is, read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or whatever. Cash flow is just how much cash you have at any given time, okay? And so the challenge is this, okay? Land costs money, okay? It does. And so you're only able to, you only have X amount of money at any given time, okay? So if you're trying to buy these lots, all right, and you're waiting for more cash to come in as things sell, that kind of thing, you're cash poor, you can't take down that many lots, okay? Just land costs money. But once you own that land, okay, listen to me, once you own that land or you control it, like we're talking about right now, it's very, very easy to get build money. That's just simple because here's the point, nobody wants to collateralize land. They just don't, unless it's your grandma or your Aunt Betty or something, but they're not collateralizing the land. They're just lending money to you because they love you and they think, they trust you, whatever, okay? Nothing to do with the land. So the point is, it's really hard to collateralize land. But once you own or use it's easy to collateralize land. It's hard to get money on land, though, right? That's what I'm saying. Like borrow money to buy land. But once you own the land, collateralizing it so you can then build it. That's the easy part. Okay, that's the holy grail of this all. So the power of the loss subordination agreement is allowing you to control this land or a builder who's cash poor. Okay. And now you can now all he's got to do, here's the point, instead of him having to take down 50 lots of 50 grand a piece, that's 2.5 million bucks. All right. 50 times. Yeah. Okay. But if he could do it for a fraction of the cost and pay you 10 grand for an assignment fee, okay, that's $500,000. He went for 2.5 million he needed in cash. to $500,000 in cash. Does that make sense? It's a lot easier to come up with 2.5 million, right? And then once he has this, now he can collateralize and build on it and get everybody paid back and make a whole bunch of money. Does that make sense? So this is why this is such a powerful deal. So once you get the lot subordination agreement in place, then boom, it just goes back to what we were talking about before about the building permit. Either you get the building permit yourself, okay, and you want to, if it's the county, you want to look at all that stuff we talked about before, building setbacks, where all your ingress egress is, all your permits, well, building permits certainly, but like all utilities, that kind of thing. All right, anyway, so that's how this works, okay? And the best thing is, if you want to get started, partner with a builder, okay, who's got a house plan. And so you got the collateral, you got the subordination agreement in place. You talk to a builder, say, hey, you put this together for me, you build it at a discount, we can partner, make, split a 50-50 kind of. So all he's out is wages and material, and he's going to make a huge amount of money. So it's a great strategy, win-win for everybody. And what you're doing is you're bringing value to people. You're bringing value to sellers and to builders, okay, and certainly to buyers. So you know what? You need to do this. If you want to start making really good money, you want to think outside the box. These strategies are powerful. I made this mind map to help you. If you listen to what I'm telling you to do, your life will change forever. You're gonna make a lot of money in this business. Okay, you've got to be creative. So, if you have any questions, you want to go through this in more detail, you want a free strategy session in real estate, mentorship, that kind of thing, just call me up below, set up a time, and we'll do some business. I'll help you out. Godspeed, and we'll see you on the next video. Talk to you soon.